This video provides instructions on how to clean an i7500 printer. In order to do the cleaning, you need some basic supplies. You're going to want some basic canned air, like from the office supply place. You will want some regular isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cleaning swab. We do highly recommend using Brady's PCK6, which is a swab that is pre-soaked in the alcohol, making it super easy and super clean to use, and it makes it way easier, in my experience, to do that than trying to use more cotton-based swabs. Start with your printer off, the print head open, the printer is empty, and I slid the display to the left to give myself more access. This happens to be a cutter model printer, so I'm going to start with opening the cutter to give us more access. Start with your canned air and give it just a light blow. You can see we've got some pieces of label here, some ribbon shards over here, so no need to overdo it. Just, you can see some ribbon came out there. If you got some pieces like this, you can use your fingernail. I do not suggest using a blade on the roller at all. That is a very bad idea. So now we're going to start with our print head. We're going to go in like this and we're going to clean the bottom side of the print head. A little bit hard to see in the video here, so what I've done is I have a print head. You don't have to remove the print head to clean it, but I'm going to show you the working pieces of the print head here. And what's important to clean is going to be this green and dark long strip here, left to right. First, definitely want to clean this leading silver edge here. You can see there's some buildup right there. And then there's a front and a back roller as well. You do not need to clean the amber part of the electronics. So with that prop in mind, we're going to go underneath here and we're just going to clean that leading edge by wiping back and forth. Don't be afraid to go back and forth a few times. Then we're going to move to that leading flat silver edge, like so. And then I hit the rollers. These are really clean, but if the roller needs to be moved and rotated, just use your other hand to do so. And the same with the back roller here. So when you're done with that, we are going to move on to the sensor. Well, the sensor, when the printer is on, it would normally be that little square down in here that is lit with the green light, but the printer is off, so you have to look for that clear rectangular dome, and there's a little sensor under there. You want to make sure that is free of any dust, especially any pieces of ribbon that could blind the sensor and cause registration issues. That would prevent the sensor from doing its job, and then also any kind of adhesive buildup on there. If you notice, this black surrounding plastic area also comes in contact with labels. If you see any kind of buildup of dust or residue of adhesive, make sure you clean that off as well using your swab, both the back edge where the labels enter, and then here as it moves forward all the way up to the edge of the roller. You might have some buildup. Okay, you'll notice here the gray media guides are spread wide open. You can also see that in here, it's important that if you have any kind of adhesive buildup, you want to really get that swab in there and clean it out. These look very clean. However, if you do notice the adhesive buildup, get it out of there, because that would tend to grab onto labels as they're moving through and perhaps impede their forward progress. You can also see that this roller is definitely got some buildup on it. A lot of liner dust, a couple of small pieces of label, maybe even some adhesive here and there, but mainly liner dust. So what you're going to do here is just take that swab, and you can see it's still moist. One of the advantages of using the pre-soaked swabs, they stay moister way longer. Just get that cleaned off, and you can see what we're bringing off here. Quite a bit of cleanup going on. Just use your thumb to rotate that roller forward and continue going all around the entire roller. It's actually a pretty quick process. And now we're going to want to move on to the exit chute part of the printer. In this case, we do have an automatic cutter. And so on this one here, you can see the exposed blades back in here. They are silver. You want to make sure you get in there and get any kind of adhesive buildup removed with your swab. And just continue wiping in that area until you see the adhesive buildup no longer there. This was pretty clean, but there was a section there where we did remove some adhesive buildup. And then also the labels travel through this little pathway here. And you can see that there's some ribs on the top and some ribs on the bottom. Just get that swab right in there and clean. Another reason we recommend having multiple swabs is sometimes you will damage the head, but if this was a cotton swab, it would be kind of destroyed by now, and this is a lot stronger of a swab. You can see there, I actually got a small sliver of label out of there as I'm doing that. So those are the kind of things that you definitely want to take care of when you're doing this. So when you're done cleaning that, you just close it up. And then I do like to, at this point, make sure you hit those same ribs on the outside of the printer, both here and where the labels exit that cutter chute. Also showing again, this is a fairly clean printer, but if there's adhesive residue buildup right there, it will grab onto some smaller labels if you're cutting them one by one, and you don't want that to happen, so you want to avoid that. If you are using a tear model printer, simply remove the magnetic plastic cover from the front to get better visibility and access. And you're going to want to clean the flat surface of the tear bar first, and then start to hit those serrated edges. If you got any pieces like that, use your canned air or use your fingers to remove it. If there is adhesive buildup on that serrated edge, it will start to damage the end of the swab. So it's a good idea to do this tear bar step last, because then you've got a damaged, you got a good intact swab to use elsewhere in the printer. If there's excessive buildup on those teeth, just soak them as well as you can with that alcohol. Let it sit for a minute or two until it evaporates, and then hit it again. And if you do that a couple of times, you'll remove any kind of buildup there at all. This actually was fairly light, this example here. If you have a peel model printer, there are a few extra components toward the front that do need to be cleaned. After you've cleaned all the other elements, such as the print head and the top roller and the sensor, you will move to the front of the peel model printer, and you will start by opening the peel door assembly. And you'll notice that there's an additional black rubber roller down here, a pinch roller, and a media angle roller. All three of those do need to be cleaned. So we're going to start in a similar fashion like we did with the other roller and remove any kind of buildup, advancing the roller with our thumb or our finger as we go. When you're done cleaning that all the way around, like the other roller was cleaned, you will move on to the pinch roller. This has got various little pieces that move, but just make sure you clean that and rotate these pieces as necessary to clean any kind of detritus or buildup on those. When you're done with that, move to this silver front roller. Again, any buildup on that, just rotate the roller as you go back and forth until it's clean. Okay. Before we close the door, there is also a smooth edge peel bar on a peel model printer. It may also have a tear bar here. In either event, just use the swab and clean that edge, both the top, the bottom, as well as that front leading edge. And if it's the tear bar, again, do it last, but you would clean that in the same fashion as covered earlier in the video. Close this back up and you are done cleaning the peel model printer. So basically that's how you clean your i7500 printer. As always, if you have any questions about cleaning or any other technical matters, consult your local Brady technical support team.